Alright, in today's video we are playing with the Gripen E, my personal favorite jet in the game as of current and the best 14.3 in the game, in my opinion. And yeah, we have a lot of good games to showcase here. We obviously cooked with this jet. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the videos, the content, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to support. I have also started a membership if you do want to support further. Make sure to check that out. But as always, let's take a look at the stats for the session I played. I'm also going to show my overall stats here with the Gripen E. Let's get into that. So we played a good amount of games here. We played 41 games. We won 25 of those games, so we did lose a good amount. But we did still get 138 kills and 17 deaths. So basically every time we died except one game, we basically lost the game. We did get an 8.12 KD and around 3.37 kills per spawn. It does put us well into the purple. And overall as well, we are in the purple with the Gripen E, just overall. So some big achievements there with this jet. And yeah, let's get back to the gameplay. So we have some very good games to showcase here today. We have some high kill games. And yeah, guys, we were just absolutely destroying with this jet. I've said it before. I think this jet is the best 14.3 in the game currently. Yes, better than the F-15C Golden Eagle for two main reasons. And you'll see me utilize a lot of this here. The first is it has a 100-degree gimbal, just like the Eurofighter on its radar. So basically, you're able to hold that soft lock, that data link, in the notch. So you can hold that while notching, and it makes a huge difference. I did make a video on it showcasing how much of a difference the soft lock does make in my Eurofighter versus SM2 video. It makes that big of a difference, guys. It is a game changer. And the F-15C Golden Eagle only has 70 degrees gimbal. So you cannot notch and hold that soft lock, which is the big thing with the 120Ds, right? You need to hold that soft lock to really utilize them. And yeah, most people will counterfire at you, right? So that defeats the whole purpose of the F-15C Golden Eagle. And then the second thing is, guys, this is arguably the best defensive jet in the game besides the Eurofighter. It is just that good. And again, you'll see how good defensively it is in this game, the other games that I'm about to showcase. And again, as well, just us notching and holding that soft lock and how deadly it actually is. But yeah, again, we have a very good first game here. We actually cook in this one here. We get some nice clips. That was actually showcased in my previous video of Dogfights Are Insane Notches, the compilation there. And yeah, again, we're going to go off to the side. Again, we're going to basically be that little bit higher altitude. We do get fired at here. So we do have to notch. Now we can still see here, we still see him on the radar, but we do get shot at by a Eurofighter as well. So we pick up the SM2. But again, we have to notch a little bit more to the side here. So quite hard to hold the soft lock. I have no idea where this Eurofighter is right now. But again, the key is we're notching into the space. So you'll always see my videos, especially at the start of the game, I'm usually going to notch to the left. If I notch to the right, that's going to put me in everybody else's sight, not notching in the space. So again, take that space, that free space is what I call it. But really from here, my team really folds this game. It was diabolical. You guys will see. But yeah, we have everybody in the middle here. So again, we're going to cut inside, stay high altitude, and then again, just scout what's going on here. Now with the Gripen, I do bring two 120Cs. This game I didn't, but I was testing around. But I did like two 120Cs and 5 120Bs the most. And yeah, again, we're going to just really wait until we get just slightly closer here, and I'm going to start spraying and praying. So we have, again, a lot of guys down below here, which is always a little bit annoying. But the good thing with this is I'm going to be able to hold my soft lock on every single one of these targets here. And yeah, we are going to start racking up kills. So we do kill a bot there, by the way, guys, not my teammate. But yeah, again, we are going to start firing. And we are going to get the F-16 that was down earlier. And I think we're going to pick up this SM2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, boom, we get the SM2. And yeah, guys, we are in a good spot right here. We can see the F-16 down below. And really what we're going to do here is we are going to turn around, but we only have 2 9Ms left. So we're going to just try to make sure this guy doesn't see us. We can see the Rafale teammate is there. So hopefully he gets distracted by him. He does. We're going to fire that off. Pretty far 9M shot, but it is going to connect. We are getting shot at as well from the side here. And yeah, I can see the F-15 on my RWR. I just wasn't sure exactly where he was, and that was close, guys. That was close. We do actually come up against Peyton here, which we will play with later in the video. Shout out to him, absolute goat of a player. And yeah, again, we get in the dogfight, so I'm going to try to keep my distance here, right? Try to keep that 1 kilometer distance while bringing it vertical because there is a Eurofighter coming in here. We're going to dodge that missile, and then here we are going to hit a quick reversal. I know in an F-15, right, he's not going to be able to pull up as fast as me to get the shot off. The Eurofighter crashes, and boom, we do hit our shots there. And yeah, that is going to bag us another kill, and boom, we have another guy here coming in as well, an F-15. We are going to notch this pretty easily. But, guys, it was quite unlucky with this one here. We do fire a 9M, and look how close this gets this guy. Oh my god, and we barely missed the bullets too. Unfortunately, I did waste all my ammo on the previous engagement. But yeah, we're really at this point going to go back to base here. The issue with this was there was a Eurofighter, you can see on the RWR here, that is going to basically chase us down. You guys can see I don't have any ammo, no bullets, I don't have any missiles, so I can't really fight back, right? If I had something, I would definitely turn around and just engage this guy because I know I'm probably better than him. But that's not the case here, guys. All I can simply do is try to run back to base. And a Eurofighter, this guy's probably higher altitude, right? Going like 1.8 Mach. He's going to catch up to me. He's probably going almost twice my speed, right? And that's exactly what we're going to see here in just a second. So, unfortunate ending to this game here, right? I do, again, try to stay low here. Try to get back to my base. Unfortunately, the airstrip now is pretty garbage. It doesn't really help in terms of defense. And we can see how much this guy is spamming on the RWR. I am able to dodge a couple here. But, yeah. Eventually, I will go down here. But, yeah. Man, it was annoying. It's annoying. I hate when this happens, guys. I hate when this happens. Such a good game to then be ended in such a bad way. But yeah, again, guys, this jet is so broken. It is crazy. Again, if you're very good defensively as a player and really know how to basically use this in close quarters, you're going to absolutely destroy lobbies. As you saw that whole session of like 40-something games, I was averaging like 3.37 kills per spawn, which is a very, very big number. And then dodge that one, and then, guys, right here, I am about to get cooked. So I'm just trying to be careful in case he did fire a 9M. I don't know how close he is. But yeah, we are about to get slammed, and boom. Unfortunate. Let's move on to the next game here. We have a nice little dogfight clip here against a Rafale and 27 SM. So we do fire the 9M here. Thought I'd show this. Thought it was a good clip, right? We are going to dodge some Mikas very close range here. So really the key here with this, right, is I'm trying to keep it as close as possible to the Rafale, simply because of the Mikas, right? So I'm going to turn on that AOA. I'm going to slow my speed a little bit. You can see he is firing. And then our auto countermeasures actually notches with the chaff that was deployed, notches the Mika there. And luckily, my teammate does get the kill there on the Rafale. And then boom, we are now in the merge here with the 27 SM. And again, really with this, we are going to destroy the 27 SM in this type of fight. And we do miss our shots there, unfortunately. But Yeah, we do have a missile that we can use here that's still left. And yeah, unfortunately, this guy is not dodging that, and boom, we get the severe damage. A nice little, technically 2v2 there. But yeah, nice little 4-kill game with that as well. We got another good game here to showcase. This one is a full down tier. We did get put with basically all premium players on our team. So the South 30s at 13-3. And yeah, they're usually hit or miss as teammates, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes they're alright, sometimes they're just really, really bad here. We are going to pop off, though. We are going to get a lot of kills. Down tier, 14-3 Gripen is going to absolutely destroy. So we do crank into the notch here. We are getting a little bit spammed at, but not a big issue at all. Again, this thing is super strong defensively. It has so much countermeasures. You don't really have to worry about it, right? Again, you can kind of just spam the countermeasures, get into the notch. And yeah, again, we're going to focus on that plus on the RWR, the 90 degrees to the right on that notch angle. But we are going to fire off at the Gripen down below here. Now, I don't think this actually connects, unfortunately. But again, we're going to hold that soft lock. And yeah, we get a crit hit. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's right. I remember we got an assist this game. But we are going to move on. No need for us to focus on that. If we get an assist, we get a assist. So look at this, guys. So again, we're going to basically fire at this guy here. And then look, we're still going to have him in our radar there on the soft block. And boom, we are going to get that kill. So again, that's a good thing, especially if you're able to notch it very quickly. You can then just crank into that or get him back on your gimbal. Now, obviously, this guy was just kind of clueless, right? He didn't even see us. He isn't a premium SA-30. That radar is pretty garbage. So yeah, we do kill him. We do get the assist from the Gripen that we did crit hit earlier. And yeah, we see an F-16 down below here. Again, we're just kind of waiting for maybe a little bit better of a shot. He does turn around or go into that notch angle. And again, lower altitude targets, they're just more annoying to deal with, in my opinion. When somebody's higher altitude, I know I can basically just... They're easier to hit. It's more consistent, right? And again, a lot of times I know I can basically skill diff a lot of these players, especially when it comes to these medium range engagements. But yeah, again, we're going to fire a couple here. We have a couple of lads up in front. We fired, I believe, two or three missiles. And again, look at this. We're going to go into that notch while holding all of the soft blocks here. We're going to get the J-10. It's going to put us at 3 kills. And yeah, we are going to just play slightly on the defensive here. We're going to drop down because this is a perfect 9M shot. And all we have is 9Ms at this point. And yeah, boom, that guy is going to get deleted. A lot of these players, again, they won't even realize you're above them. 9M, that guy is not dodging that any day of the week. Now, at this point, I do go back to base. I think I'm at 4 kills. And we're really going to rearm because, yeah, I do want Fox 3 missiles, especially in this situation where it is actually a close game and I low-key do need to clutch up. Better for me to go back to base while I have the fuel and 1 missile. Because let's say somebody, like the first game, right, somebody pushes up and really follows me back to base. I can now, in the case he does that, still feel confident in terms of, you know, fighting him if needed to. I can turn around, have a lot of countermeasures. I have a 9M, and I still have my gun ammo where I can engage in that. But just still being closer to my airbase is going to be the better move. But let me fast forward here because that does not happen here in this game. So we can see here, we did take off, and both of them are actually at the short airstrip here. So it's an F-16 and a Eurofighter, so it is a 1v2 situation. They did wipe out the rest of my team here. But 1v2 is, yeah, not that bad. I'd say 1v3 is where it does really start to get tough. Yeah, 1v2, not really too much of a problem. So again, we're just going to try to gain altitude here. The good thing with, you know, jets like the Gripen, Eurofighter, they're so good late game. It is just crazy. So you have a very, very strong late game jet, which is important. But yeah, we're again just going to try to gain as much speed, altitude as possible. late game altitude is king. I do see a lot of people stay lower altitude. You do not want to do that. Again, you want to have that speed and altitude advantage. We can see this Eurofighter here does start to take off. The F-16 will pop up on our radar in just a second. Again, we did see him earlier. There he is. He just popped up. And again, we're just going to wait until we get a little bit closer. The big thing here is I know he doesn't have a lot of speed. So his missile is going to be fired at a much lower energy state. So I can as well, again, just close the distance a little bit more. Try to maybe get more of a secure kill. So we can see he does fire. And you can see how slow that missile is going. So I'm going to pause here for a second. Again, wait with the F-16 just to get a little bit closer for my 120C. And again, we're going to get into the notch. Again, this is where this jet is so strong at 14.3. I'm able to hold both of these jets on my soft lock. Again, because of that 100-degree gimbal. Now, the Eurofighter does a good job at dodging it. So will the F-16 here. So they both actually notched my missile. Or I don't know if the Eurofighter multipathed it. But they did a good job there. So I'm going to fire at this Eurofighter. And yeah, the Eurofighter wasn't a bad player, guys. He's going to dodge this again. Again, I think it was the multipath. But very bad spot. Again, this is why you do not want to be lower altitude. We get a hit. But not only that, we have the 9M top down, which is going to be extremely lethal. You can see he was even just spamming flares. It's still going to connect. And that's the big thing, guys. Altitude. You fire a Fox 3, he can't pull up then and challenge you, because if he does, he's dead. You can just close that distance and fire a 9M if it doesn't connect. Now we turn around here, go for the F-16. F-16 is going to be fully cooked. I don't know why he wasn't being picked up on my radar, but we do see him. And boom, we are going to fire that off there. And yeah, this guy is basically cooked. So again, we're going to hold him in that soft lock. We can see he's not really doing too much of notching there. I don't know what he was doing. And then, yeah, we get the kill. We clutch up. And, yeah, we get a 6-kill, 1-assist game there. So not too shabby. Moving on to the second game here, we are in a full down tier, as you guys can see here with the leaderboard or scoreboard. And yeah, this thing absolutely destroys in a down tier. It is diabolical. Yeah, it's just so good in a down tier. And the good thing about this jet is even in an up tier against the Eurofighters, Rafale, SM2, it can still really keep up pace with those and really compete. Which is why I think this jet is so good. But again, you really want to abuse that gimbal limit of holding that soft lock in the notch. Again, use how strong it is defensively. Because again, the only thing better than you defensively is probably going to be a Eurofighter, and that's it. But we do see a lot of guys down low here, so we are going to fire at these guys. Right, we're going to hold that soft lock. And I think we get about 1 or 2 of these here. We get 1. Yeah, so a little bit unfortunate, right? Multipathing targets, it can be hit or miss. And guys, I hate when this happens with the radar. That's why I hate the manual select. It's just annoying. But yeah, we have a couple of lads up in front here. Unfortunately for these guys, yep, definitely not in a good spot to be against a Gripen E. So again, you're going to showcase here or see here that soft lock. So you'll see I'm notching while holding that soft lock on this particular guy right here. And yeah, boom, we get the kill there on the South 30 SM. And then the second guy, I believe, does actually get away here. So he did not do a bad job. But yeah, we did have to break the lock on him just because we had the second guy fire at us too. But yeah, we have a couple of more targets here in front of us. And obviously this shot right here is not the best shot. He is almost in a notching position. But he does actually decide to turn my way here. Realizes he tries to turn back to get into the notch. And boom, too late at that point. We see an F-16 down low. I believe it was actually an F-2A. We're going to fire at that. We're also waiting for this guy here to get in a little bit better position for us to fire. So we are going to get the F-2A. we then are going to fire here at this guy. Now, I do see that MiG-29 there. I only have 9 Ms really at this point, so again, just got to play a little bit more carefully here. And yeah, we are going to get this guy as well. That puts us at 5 kills. And then we have 2 guys on the left here. So these guys are kind of camping our spawns, our airstrips. So a good thing is they don't actually notice me. This F-18 is basically clueless right now. Same with the F-15, you guys will see. But these are the last 2 guys here in the lobby. And yeah, we're really going to close the distance. One of the benefits with the Gripen E2 is it's such a strong dogfighter because RRB always favors the one circle. One circle dogfights are really going to be the main thing because nobody is going to really get into a rate fight unless it's like a 1v1 at the end of the game because you're guaranteed to get third partied, right? You're just going to die. So again, dogfighting wise, everything is in favor of the Gripen. Obviously, maybe like the Rafale could beat it in a one circle, but again, very, very strong dogfighter as well. So it's really just the overall package, right, is very good. I think that's where it differs from like the F-15, where the F-15, right, is going to be quite unmaneuverable at higher speeds. Again, dogfighting in a one circle, it is going to get pretty much dogged on by a lot of other jets. So yeah, really with this F-15, right, we are going faster than him. 1.5 Mach. We're just waiting to get a little bit closer. We're going to fire that 9M. And then this is going to let us pick up the 7th kill here. And boom, look at that. Not too shabby here. But quite a good game. Let's move on to the next.